In the previous tutorial, I showed you how to set up the foundation plan and the roof structural plan. In this tutorial, we're going to set up these three views here, the 3D slab, 3D walls, and 3D joists. It's probably the simplest of all of them to set up. I'm going to open up the first one. I just created it, duplicate views of the 3D view, and then I went in, we'll take 3D slab, and then what I've done is just select everything that doesn't have anything to do with structure, okay, and hide it. So I'm going to hide. Once again, I usually try to hide by element rather than by category, but sometimes it's useful. It just kind of depends because you can't, if you hide something by category, you can't unhide it by element. You have to then go back, unhide it by category. So sometimes that can be kind of messy. So uh, I usually just, hide them all by element. So now, it is true that if you, uh, for instance, hide all these by category, okay, then if you go and you want to unhide them, all you do is select one of them and then unhide it by category, and then all your levels would be unhid. So there are times when that can be useful. Okay, so anyway, I'm trying to create a slab view, and of course my slab is all covered up by this other stuff. So I'm going to come in here and select some walls here, hide and view by elements. Okay, I must have hidden my joist somehow. I don't know exactly how, but I must have hid them because they didn't show up here. Hide and view by element. Now, the one other thing I could do is go in here and select this wall, go in here, select all instances, and visible in view or entire project, and then it would have selected all of those walls, right? And then I could have hid them all at one time. Um, and since this is about the slab, we're not interested in the topography here, hide in view. And so we're down to what we need, and that's just the slab and its edge. Okay, and that's the view that I want you to do. Isometric. Make sure that when you choose a view that you're consistent through all three so that we're always looking at the building, even though this particular building doesn't make a difference because it's going to look the same right now on all sides. It will in the long run. Notice I moved it around, but I chose the southeast view, this view right here, looking straight on, so that my street would be here, my alley's back here in the back, back in the back. Uh, in the front is the front parking lot, and so there's kind of an orientation. If you want to get rid of these two uh, aids, you can just close them. Uh, where's the close button on this? No. Oh, there you go. So we can get rid of the compass if we want to. Uh, anyway, it doesn't matter as long as we can see what we want to see. Now, the other two views, 3D walls. So I went in here already and I've eliminated all the 3D walls. There's everything but those 3D walls. I had to hide them. So once again, I duplicated. Now, one thing to do, it might be, since all you're going to do is add the walls to the slab, is not duplicate the 3D view, which has got everything in it, but duplicate the 3D view, which is to have the slab, and then turn on the walls. Okay, I did this just the opposite. So I'm going to come in here and I'll have to grab this uh, topo here if I can. Come on. Sometimes there's so much stuff. Oh, that's the pad. Okay, I don't need that for sure. But I moved and now I've lost it. So I'm going to hide that by element, hide and view by element. And then let's see if I can get a hold of this topo. There we go. Do I have it? No, I don't. I moved my cursor. Sometimes these things can be a little tricky to find. Oh, come on. Ah, there it is. Okay. Don't lose it. hide and view by element. Okay, so we got rid of that. It took way too long, but we got rid of it. And then, of course, these elements are not the walls, are not a part of the wall structure. And they're not holding up the walls. Well, they do it. They do to a certain degree. But anyway, I want to get rid of them, so I'm going to select them. Say select all instances, visible in view. Okay, that's going to grab all those trusses, and then by highlighting one of them, I can click on right click and go hide in views all elements, and now we have our view. So that was pretty simple. Once again, the easiest way to do that would just be to come back in here in this slab view, duplicate it, and then once it's duplicated, turn on hidden elements and just do, select uh, all instances visible in view, an entire project, and unhide those, and bam, now you got that view. So that's the easy way to do it. I did it the hard way. Okay, I'm going to turn that back on. So now we got walls now. We're kind of building the structure, and that's kind of what I want you to do, is 3D joist. Once again, the easiest way to do this view is to come back in here into walls, duplicate that view, and then go to 3D joist, rename it 3D joist, and then, turn these back on. Okay. In other words, if we go in here and we were to, once again, turn on hidden views, that stupid thing's going to be in our way. Let's see if I can get one of those trusses here. There we go. If I can get one of them, then I can say select all instances visible in entire project. It should select them all, and then I could unhide them, and then that would give us then the view that we want. So anyway, that's the other three views I want you to do: 3D slab, 3D walls, and 3D joists. In the next video, we're going to set up our wall sections and label them.